What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different cryptos today. This is the live stream leftovers from the request that we did earlier. ALM is going to be in this video. Shiba Inu is going to be in this video. Gala Games, and that's it, actually. It's just 3. My bad. ALM, Shiba, and Gala. All right, hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. So I'm assuming this is the one you were talking about, my friend. I didn't write your name down, but I know you requested a couple of them in the comments there. Yeah, this thing, I don't know anything about it, right? I'm looking at the market cap versus volume, right? Market cap's 427K. Volume is 2.9% of the market cap. That's not a lot, right? That's very small of a market cap. I know it came back out it came out in 2021. It looks like this thing just looks dead, man. It looks dead. We can do analysis on it, but I'm assuming, and it's nice that it's a DeFi project. You never know. Sometimes there are cryptos that, whoa, lost the camera there. Sometimes there are cryptos that get adopted, kind of like a company that goes under, that they get acquired. There could be some kind of acquisition of this crypto, and we've seen a few crypto acquisitions take place this cycle already. Remember, guys, Trump coin was a crypto acquisition. Actually, it actually wasn't something that they made. It was a coin for a long time, and then they acquired it. I mean, if we were to go, I don't want to pull that up and just prove that, but I promise you that's what's happened. There's some other cryptos too that have done that. That would probably be the best case scenario here, is that you just buy this thing, you wait for it to get acquired, and maybe you can catch an insane pump. If not, most likely what's going to happen is it just fizzles out into zero, which it's essentially already at. I mean, that's a pretty low market cap, man. It's, to be completely fair, with low market caps, the sky is really the limit. I mean, to be completely fair, the floor is not so much. I guess the floor is the limit, but you're basically already at the floor. But make no mistake, a coin like this can always drop more. You think it can't drop another 90%, but look at this. Just from a high to a low here, you dropped 57% even at these low market cap levels. You know what I mean? So it can absolutely drop more. It's not really worth doing TA on, unfortunately. My best guess would be, and I know it might seem wild, my best guess is it just continues to drop. It goes down from here. It does not perform well. But we'll see. We'll see. That's ALM. No offense to the Alium finance people. I'm sure there's not too many of them, but you know, if this thing has any hope at all, I would assume that there's some kind of acquisition happening, maybe by a company that wants to revamp the blockchain structure or something with it. But if it's a DeFi protocol, I don't know how that would happen. You don't really get acquired if you're a DeFi protocol. But just my 2 cents there. If we look at Shiba, because that's the next one, Shiba Inu here. Also for somebody whose name I did not write down, unfortunately, but we're looking at this here. That's 4 zeros. Is that 4 zeros? 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 zeros. 1, 2, 6 is what we're at now. Shiba Inu, you guys, I want to be clear, right? And I've said this really throughout this whole cycle, since the bear market and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if Shiba didn't see new all-time highs. I really wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if it did. I could see it definitely seeing new all-time highs, but let's be clear here, all right, what that would demand, all right? Shiba Inu. And I think I said it will see new all-time highs on the live stream. I misspoke. It will not see new all-time highs. I don't think it will. But at a $7.5 billion market cap, and it's a meme coin, and its whole mission statement when it first came out was, we're the Dogecoin killer. And they realized how bad of an idea that was. They're like, oh, we don't want to be tied to this at all, but you can't run away from your past, man. It sticks with you. It is part of your lineage, my friend. You are the Dogecoin killer, and anything ever that's ever come out, any Ethereum killer I've ever heard of, any XRP killer, any Bitcoin killer that I've ever heard of, they all go to zero. They all become irrelevant. And that's what I think the Shiba Inu people finally caught on to that, but it's too late, man, because the only reason Shiba pumped last cycle at all was because it was supposed to be the Doge killer. So it's supposed to be better than Dogecoin. Amidst all the Doge hype, it rode the wave of the Doge hype. And then they gave a bunch of tokens to Vitalik that got burned, which is, you know, there's a lot of burning that happened, which is very bullish for Shiba as well. But at $7.5 billion, to get a 10x from here would be rather miraculous, okay? And a 10x would put you at new all-time highs. I'm not saying it can't happen. Last cycle, that you were at like an $80 billion market cap at your all-time high, so I'm pretty sure you've burned some tokens since. But I don't think that this thing has that much hope left in it. If it is to see new all-time highs, I suppose you could see 3 zeros 185. But likely you top off this cycle at about a double top. That's what I'm expecting. Anybody getting into Shiba this cycle, they think that it's going to be like last cycle. You're duped, unfortunately. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this is not going to happen again. That's not going to happen again. It will never happen again. In fact, the only reason it happened was because it was playing off of Dogecoin, right? That's the only reason it happened, was it was playing off of Dogecoin. Now, you know, it might still be playing off of Dogecoin, but if we were to compare Dogecoin to this, actually, Doge USD here. Oops, is that what I meant to do? Hold on, let me bring it back. Hold on, guys. Doge USD, and then do new price scale, right? There we go. Put that in log. Dogecoin has dramatically higher highs than Shiba does relative to its thing. Higher highs and higher lows, where Shiba seems to be lackluster, right? Last cycle, Shiba was the crazy meme coin pump of the cycle. Dogecoin led the way, of course, but now that Shiba's had its one-off run, it's likely going to fizzle out into nothing. And no offense to the Shiba Inu people out there, but just little food for thought. If you're looking for a crypto that's not going to perform as well as the average coin in the markets, you've found it, okay? I do believe it goes up. I don't believe that it's going to go to new lows by any means. Maybe lower lows than its current price, sure, but it does not have a rather, let's just say, a successful cycle in the books, my friends. It's probably out the books. You actually do look like you're looking to break out of this downward sloping trend in your daily RSI here. You're looking like you want to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if you went a little bit lower, but just a little bit. Let's see. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, just a little bit lower. You don't even have to go below this low, but if you do, I wouldn't think you go below 40116. I don't think you go below that low. So you're very near your low. We're looking for you to bounce, right? And if you go lower at all, it'll just be over the coming days, I think. In no time at all, Shiba Inu, make no mistake, you might not even go lower from here. You will bounce. You'll probably see prices at 4044 to 40638. And that'll be your, let's say, end of April, May targets, stuff like that. Yeah, I could see that happening. That makes sense to me. End of cycle targets, we started with that, so I don't need to finish with that, thankfully. Let's talk about Gala. Gala Games on Binance. Yeah, let's see here. On Binance, maybe not. Crypto, there we go. Oh, it's on a monthly time frame. I'm like, I swear it existed longer than this. My bad. High to low. High to low from last cycle. Very, very lackluster. It reminds me of something, actually. You know what it reminds me of? But to the opposite effect is this. It reminds me exactly of this. This Kaspa chart, right? It looks just like Kaspa, except it's opposite, right? Right? Like Kaspa came all the way up, and then it distributed, and now it's dumping right here. Let me show you. It'll look just like Gala in a second, I promise you. Boom. Isn't it looking just like Gala, except it's moving up, right? Gala has yet to move up. I don't know. You move down a lot and you're moving sideways. Obviously Kaspa came from way higher prices, but I'm just saying this specifically, this distribution phase here reminds me a lot of this accumulation phase. At least it seems to be an accumulation phase. Weekly RSI, not looking the best, to be completely honest. Daily RSI likely suggests lower prices. Monthly's fine. The 4 hour also suggests lower prices, so let's go with that. I'm assuming Gala, you'll move up in no time, but first you're going to move down just a little bit, nothing crazy. If you bought here, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I'm sure you'll reap the rewards of the coming pump throughout the market. But I wouldn't be surprised if you drop down to about 1.5 cents to 1.35 cents. You're at 1.76 cents now, so a little bit lower is what I got. And then inevitably, will you see new all-time highs? My answer to that is probably not. I mean, maybe, but probably not. I think Gala has fallen off the deep end. If I remember correctly, I think that something's happened with Gala where it's just basically now not a dead project, but it doesn't have a lot going for it. Let me see if I'm mistaken. Oh, that market cap to volume ratio ain't too bad, right? New contract address, old contract address. Yes. Yes, I know. A lot of people got screwed on that, actually. A lot of people did. 7% isn't terrible. $667 million market cap. I mean, it's possible you could see new all-time highs. I don't know. It's a large accumulation phase. Maybe I spoke too soon, actually. Maybe I spoke too soon on that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I mean, you could see a $2.60 price. Maybe you go all the way up to $11 even. Those are doable market caps, but well, I think it's inappropriate to guess how high this thing is going to go until we see how this reaction is by the end of April. If you're up here at the golden ratio or higher, if you can pull like a 9x, 10x move or more by the end of April, okay, we can talk about new all-time highs. If you're only at the top of your distribution phase here, I'm not going to get too excited for this thing, okay? But that's it, guys. I believe that's it. Yeah, we got nothing else to talk about. So hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. That was a fun live stream. Had a lot of fun. There were a couple other content creators that came on. That was, I don't know. It's cool. It's surreal. It felt like a big old party, and it's nice to do stuff like that whenever we're at these like boring times, right? People were like, "What's the occasion?" The occasion was we need a little morale boost, right? And even if things are down and not to the limits that we were expecting them to be, it's still good to just like get together and all kind of, try and sift through the dirt and find stuff that looks to be good. And I think there were a few good, I mean, there were a lot of good projects that we talked about in that video that are likely going to see new all-time highs, but there were 3 that stood out, especially that are looking to move up over the coming week, while the rest of the market might be going down a little bit over the coming week. But we'll see how it goes, guys. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.